because y'all know what it is.
CNN Trap News Network.
I was with Big Trapper.
I flex with you.
Warning, this video is for satire, educational, and comedy use only. It is not intended to be actual fact, nor is it intended to give real meaning to any of the questions you ponder about late night.
That throws a rock and hides their hand. We're gonna start on actually we're gonna start on Alex Alonso, and then we'll go into cartoon. We're going OG cartoon 5-3 from Avalon. Or, well, you know what? I don't like to say formally because Roden put in enough time and years to be respected of who he is as a man.
Now, I will say this. Big shout out to Cartoon, man. I got a lot of love and respect for Cartoon, so big shout out to him.
I believe they call him Big Tony or something. And also be acknowledged on who he stood from his neighborhood. Right? He ain't got to be active, running around there, participating.
It's key. Send it to my Instagram.
And doing the things you did as an adolescent and to still be acknowledged from your neighborhood. So Alex Alonso, he goes on this rant. And his whole disposition is, Cartoon, why aren't you addressing WACK100? So I'm sitting here and I'm wondering why are you leaning on Cartoon to address WACK100? Because Cartoon and WACK100, we've never had any issues. I watched a brother on the internet. I know his era. I know where he come from. Kind of know what he about.
Now, I'll say this because a lot of people are about to get in the comments, well, Cartoon don't never address WACK. How come Cartoon don't speak on WACK and blah, blah, blah? Cartoon don't really speak on anything that has to do with LA politics. He's made it a point to kind of stay all the way out of it. So when Cartoon chooses not to speak on WACK and or LA politics, at this point, it's pretty much expected because, Cartoon came into the space telling jail stories. He's very recently jumped into telling these stories or talking about LA culture, LA game politics. But we're not really expecting the latest and the greatest from LA culture from Cartoon. It's not what he's about. That's not what he does. It's never really been what he's about. It's never really been what he does. So I can see why he's like, I don't talk about that stuff. Why would I talk about it now?
I respect the brother because he's done something that I've only been able to halfway do, which is pick up and move away from California. I got other homes in other places, but California's always been my base, where I spend the majority of my time. But other than that, Alex Alonso was like, hey, he's attacked other Crips. Now, listen, Alex, for those of y'all who don't know, is a reject blood. Back in the day, he tried to gangbang. He got put on. And after he got put on, he didn't realize they only put him on because they wanted to take shit from him. Right? They took his shoes one day. Next week, he get a new bike, the Swins. Those of y'all probably up on the Swins. He coming down the block, down Adams on the Swin. They fire on him, take his Swin. He run home. He heal up a little bit.
Now, I hate to say that WACK's a liar, but he has a habit of telling stories only he knows. Like, nobody else knows. Nobody else is around. Nobody else can validate. Nobody else can vouch. He just has a story of only telling. He just has a habit of only telling stories that he knows. Not saying he's a liar, but he's not proven to be a truther. Just being non-biased here. Not saying he's a liar, but he hasn't proven to be a truther. And he's very often telling stories only he knows. Why is there never anyone else who can validate these stories? Why I got them classified stories. There's never one other person that can say, yes, I was there when this happened. Never. He never has anyone to corroborate these stories, these wild accusations, but him. So I'm not saying he's a liar, but he ain't never proven to be a truther. Alex Alonso, on the other hand, always comes with hard facts to back up his claims. So I ain't saying Alex Alonso is a liar, but he's been proven, opposite of Wack, to always, for the most part, be a truther, as far as I'm concerned. I've never seen Alex Alonso tell a lie. He's proven to be a truther. Alex Alonso tells stories that other people can corroborate. Just saying here, when we're deciding who is or isn't lying based off just common sense. I'm going to put my money on Alex Alonso to be the truther here before Wack. Let me know what you think in the comments.
He back out there. He got a brand new skateboard. He's scooting down Arlington on the skateboard. They clothesline him, hit him, take the skateboard. So after they kept taking everything from him, they started to take his dog, but he was a mutt. So they let him keep that, right? So after they kept taking everything from him, he decided that I don't want to be from the gang. Right? Now he got put on, he was some 20s, the NHB 20s. Right? But if you look at his demeanor, you can tell, you know, he wasn't what he's supposed to be doing. He was a little old. He's a fairy. You know, it's what it is. Everybody ain't built for it. So from that, he crosses the street. His later years, go to school, get his education, salute. Then he goes to the legal side, start working with the DA's office. He's a plan. Double back, DA tell you, you put me on the stand as if they think I'm on their side helping them out. And then I answer everything to go your way. This happened with the East Coast, that whole big East.
But here's the thing, though. There's never anyone who's come out on paperwork and said, hey, I'm in jail because of Alex Alonso. Nobody has come out and said, Alex Alonso was the prosecutor or the DA or the witness or the co-defendant or the victim or anything else on my case. So I'm not really sure where this makes sense at, because Alex has literally never been shown on anybody's paperwork at all. Opposite side of the coin, Wack is currently in big use paperwork as a victim. What's going on right now?
East Coast case, I got a record from them, let me know how they retained Alex as the expert.
So you have a recording, but you can't have, with as much money as you have and as much resources you have, you would think that somebody would do a face-to-face interview to discredit or disprove Alex. I'm just using my common sense here. I'm gonna shut up because my common sense is probably gonna get me in trouble. Let me just close my mouth, because people like to hear lies and BS and they don't want to hear the truth.
And then when Alex got up here on the stand, everything he said was in favor of the DA and put them in a bad light. This is Alex Alonso. Now I'm sitting back and I'm watching dude run his play. And it's like, if you supposed to be so positive, right? You're so positive, and you got an issue with me, and because you got an issue with me, I return the fire sometime because you really ain't nobody in my realm, right? You look up and you say, hey, I'm gonna go rally up the troops. I'm gonna go rally up the troops to get them to go against Wack. Right? This is right. And we could get him out the way. We could get him unalived or something like that, right? Which I don't worry about, because I didn't have real cats in this world been their job and their duty, and a whole lot of people still in line. So Alex Alonso, you ain't nobody. You right there in pound. You right there in the AV.
So you mean to tell me that Alex Alonso is a snitch from Wack's words, but Wack just went on the internet and said Alex Alonso is trying to get him unalived? I ain't the smartest man. Excuse me. I just took a bite of my sandwich. I ain't the smartest man. But nigga, ain't that telling? Didn't Wack just literally snitch on Alex Alonso? And then you snitched on him? You telling me that Alex Alonso was snitch, but in the same breath on YouTube, on the internet, you just said that Alex Alonso was trying to unalive you. So nigga, you telling? Interesting.
Right over there.
Shot, am I tripping? Or that's like telling? I'm not a gang member, nor am I a street nigga. So y'all make the rules. Y'all let me know.
You know, you and the little girl, y'all got something in common. Her name is a street name. Right? You right there. Right? You ain't hiding from nobody. You ain't nobody. Ain't nobody scared because you ain't nobody. But I'm finna point out a lot of inconsistencies from you. Regardless of what I am. Regardless of what I am. Regardless of what you may think about my character, Mr. Alex Alonzo. And I would love to have a one-on-one. So you can put down your facts and I can rebut your facts and I can lay down my facts. But you scared of that conversation. Petrified of it, right? Regardless of what you may think of me, if you supposed to be the holy guy that's pulling out the Bible on Big Tune, on cartoon and quoting scriptures of what WACK is and what WACK ain't, then that tells me you're insinuating that you're a God-fearing man, right? Right. So why would your attempt be, I am a man, I'm a black man, I'm a human being with a wife and children and family as well.
Nigga, you ain't no good citizen like that. You ain't no good person like that. So all this looking for humanity, I'm a person, I'm a man, I'm have a wife, I have kids, we have this, we have that. We don't got no sympathy for you, bro. We stopped seeing you as a human a long time ago. We don't have no humanity for you. You feel me? We don't have no humanity for you.
So why would your attempt, Mr. Alex Alonzo, be to try to rally up the truth to bring harm to me? You ain't no better than the streets. Actually, you're worse than the streets. At least in the streets, you know when it's coming and how it's coming. You know what that is and you know what that represents. But you come, hey, how you guys doing? I'm Alex Alonzo. Hey, peace, not war. But the whole time, you plotting wartime strategies to have violence done to another man.
Yeah, Wack, you're literally telling right now, bro. Alex Alonso has never threatened you or anyone else on the internet. So I'm not sure why you're like making him seem like he's this monster individual. Alex Alonso has literally never threatened anyone in our YouTube space, especially online. And you're making it abundantly clear that you feel like he's threatening you, which is snitching. So I'm just trying to figure out like how this makes sense.
I don't mind it. You hit, I hit. No problem. In the story of my life.
You snitch, I snitch.
But you, Mr. Alonzo, oh, cartoon. He said something about some prominent Crips. He said something about Big U. Yeah, Big U said something about me. He said something about Gangster. Yeah, Gangster said something about me. He said something about every dude that you said I said something about, WACK was on the defensive end, never the offense. WACK was responding, but I never once heard you say, Mr. NHB rolling 20X reject PC case blood. Hey, Chris.
Again, like, you can't tell me that this isn't like somebody snitching.
Why y'all go at WACK? Why did you start a YouTube channel and decide you want to go at WACK? WACK ain't never mentioned your name. I never heard you say that. Then you mentioned Melly Mel. Boy, you can't pay Melly Mel to sit down with you and mention my name. I ran into Melly Mel at the car wash in Antelope Valley, Avenue J.
Big sis Henny in the room. What's the deal, Henny Vito?
At 20th East. It was him and it was me. Melly will tell you what happened, how it went. Melly will tell you that WACK is a real guy. There's no acting. So stop popping these people names. You bringing up Toon name, Cartoon. Cartoon, why won't you go at WACK? Bro, I thought you was a God-fearing. I thought you was a peaceful.
So you trying to say that he's a peaceful man, but then on the other end, you're trying to make him into a gang member. It seems like you're kind of all over the place. And then you're trying to call him a snitch, but literally, we're just watching you tell more and more. Henny, you know what it is. WACK's just snitching as usual. Regular snitching, regular telling. Trying to convince us that somebody else is a snitch, but then goes on the internet and said that this person is trying to unalive him. Nigga, how you gonna tell me somebody snitching on you and then say the person trying to unalive you? Like, nigga, huh? Don't make sense.
God thought you was for peace. Why you advocating for another man to go at another man? And when these two men have no conflict, well, you know what? I don't know if any of this is true, but I'm gonna give you a few things, right?
Okay.
That me and Cartoon, we made, you know, share in common when it comes to a mutual respect and a salute. Game security, couple decades has been Avalon's.
Shout out to Magic.
Got a great relationship with him. There's a little dude running around. I call him a little dude. There's a man running around. Goes by the name of Shooter 5'3", Alex Alonso. I know you got beat real bad when you was over there trying to gangbang before you rejected it with your little go tell your mama and uncle put off. But Shooter 5'3" is reference to Shooter for 5 Trey Avalon. You know, that man was looking at life at one point in time, and he happened to call WACK100 for some assistance in this case, and Wack brought him home. He's from Cartoon's neighborhood. Now, I don't know if Cartoon is privy to this information. Me knowing Shooter, he probably hollered at his G homie and let him know his relationship with me. There's another young man goes by the name of Jap 5 from 107 Hoover. This young man is...
So I will say this, because I was supposed to put out a conversation that me and Cartoon had. Sorry, OG. I erased it on accident. I asked Cartoon specifically if he had an infinity for Wack because Jap 5 was on tour with him. Henny, here is your clip. I could say this because Cartoon knowingly had a conversation with me on the phone that was being recorded, and it was intended for me to put the conversation out. I erased it on accident. But I did ask Cartoon, and y'all could clip me on this because I said what I said, but Cartoon is aware of me saying this. I asked the question, did you have an infinity to Wack because Jap 5 is your son and Wack took him on tour? Cartoon said no. I told Jap 5, make the best move for yourself, do what makes sense, and pay attention to everything because you never know what could come back and bite you. He said that he didn't give Jap 5 a good or a bad. He told Jap 5 to make the best decision for him and what he had to do, but be aware. But he did not have an infinity towards WACK100 because of Jap 5, his son, being put onto the Blueface tour. Cartoon said, and I quote, I don't care. It has nothing to do with me. I don't talk about LA politics. I'm not finna start now. It's just a coincidental situation that my son is on a tour, but it doesn't push me in a direction one way or the other when it comes to defending Wack. So now Wack is finna get on the internet and make it seem like whatever he's done for Jap 5 is swaying Cartoon's opinion or thoughts or giving him an ally. Cartoon made it clear he don't care. He don't care. It's not his business. He not involved. He don't talk about LA politics. He made sure that he made it clear to Jap 5, just cross your T's and dot your I's because you never know what can happen in these situations. That's it. That's as far as it went. So whatever Wack is going to say about Cartoon moving forward, I'm sure is going to be a lie. Because this ain't what I heard. This is a conversation that me and Cartoon had that was intended for me to put into the internet, but unfortunately I erased the file being a goofball. Cartoon, my bad, bro. I erased the file. That's my fault.
I believe son. They believe Cartoon was a dad to him. I know his father's rest in peace, and some guys have two dads and one father, so on and so forth. But I believe that Cartoon was a father figure to this young man. You know, Jap 5, he just called me out the blue and said, Wack.
Now, Wack is trying to act like he doesn't know what Cartoon has said all over the internet, that Jap 5 is his son. Cartoon makes it clear that Jap is his son and that he loves his son. So now Wack acting oblivious like he didn't know that is slow because Cartoon's made that clear.
I know you really don't know me like that, but, you know, I really try to get on with this music. I see Blueface on tour. Man, how could I get out on tour? You know what Wack did? Wack booked his flight, met him at the airport, learned that This was this young man's first time ever being on a plane. Flew him out to Texas and let him start his.
All that's cool. All that's cool. It's respectable. And then I'll say this out of respect for Cartoon. Shout out to Wack for giving Jap 5 something positive to do with his time. It doesn't change the fact that Cartoon made it clear that it's not his business. He's not a Wack lover. He's not a Wack supporter. He's not a Wack lover. He's not a Wack supporter. He's just there. He's just there. We all sharing the YouTube space. We all sharing the YouTube, whatever, blah, blah, blah. I don't feel yes. I don't feel no. I don't feel do. I don't feel don't. We're just all here. So Wack is trying to make it seem like he has leverage or has some sort of whatever. Not true. Cartoon is indifferent. We all just here. I don't wish no bad on nobody. I pray everybody get what they deserve in life, but we just all here, bro.
Tour and finish.
With that being said, chat, y'all stay and kick it, man. You already know how we rocking out. We're going to continue on with this YouTube content, continue on with this good news you can use, this good knowledge you ain't finna get nobody's college. Let's keep it in rotation. Network, I'm glad that you enjoyed that content. We heard the cries, we heard the complaints. Now we don't got no intro, but we do got an outro with the same information, man. Make sure that you are tapped in. Make sure you dropping comments. Make sure you dropping likes. Make sure you subscribing to everything we have going on here at TNN Trap News Network, because we will be giving away some more Chiliana once we hit that 40,000 membership, 40,000 subscriber, threshold. We're gonna make sure that we give y'all some Chiliana, man. So make sure that y'all stay tapped in. Make sure y'all stay looking out. Make sure y'all stay right here at TNN Trap News Network. The news you can use, the knowledge you're not finna get in nobody's college. Hit a like, hit a comment, hit a subscribe button for everything we got going on here at TNN Trap News Network. We're gonna keep you updated on what's going on these YouTube streets. You already know the deal, man. If you enjoyed this content, throw the red dot to the left. You know the rest. We gone.
Hi, I'm WACK100. When I'm not snitching on the internet, I'm snitching in real life for your own personal home security. Call 1-800-WACK-ATTACK. We're first, law enforcement second. Hey, I'm Adam22. Got an extra soul laying around? Be like Doughboy and WACK100 and sell yours today. One soul equals a lot of clout.
Apollo Jackson.
It's dangerous. Can't come outside when it's dangerous. Work all in the floorboard. Tell the ops check the scoreboard. You can't come outside when it's dangerous. And if you shoot, you ain't miss. A nigga ball like game 6. A nigga ball like game 6.
You can't come outside when it's dangerous. Gotta get the blicky when it's dangerous. Young niggas, we done came from Nathan. Thought we would stop, we just can't quit. Thought we would stop, we just can't quit. Water like us niggas up in game 6. Mix it with the bullshit, you can save it. Water like us niggas up in game 6.
Game 60 bands on my neck when I got it on me. And I remember I was broke, I never let them hold me. Final seconds with my back against the wall. 81 point strong with this K, I call it Kobe. Running through this lettuce, nothing you can tell us. Gotta watch my back, I know that they get jealous. Real shit, I got rich, ain't gotta embellish. Real life made men, they call us good fellas. And I ain't got anxiety, I know it's intuition. May never love a bitch, but I for sure play my position. I know the streets talking, I'm cracking, so I ain't tripping. I said I play for keeps, but I guess them niggas ain't listening. Sick like Jordan, call it game 6. Shoot like Curry, and I can't miss. Nah, you can't come outside when it's dangerous. Niggas never outside when it's dangerous.
You can't come outside when it's dangerous. Gotta get the blicky when it's dangerous. Young niggas, we done came from Nathan. Thought we would stop, we just can't quit. Thought we would stop, we just can't quit. Water like us niggas up in game 6. Mix it with the bullshit, you can save it. Water like us niggas up in game 6.
I've been winning, tell my ops check the scoreboard. Money in the attic, work all in the floorboards. Late night, that's the life that we pray for. Overtime with the pack is what we in the game for. Put myself in the game and everything is just a memory. Made a couple plays for the pain, not an enemy. Gotta watch my friends more, I gotta watch the enemies. Friends is hella fake, I know what enemies' intentions. I let it go until it click if I'm aiming. Started staying safe and ended up staying dangerous. Game on the line, see the pressure I can take. Hall of Fame shit, so if it's mine, I'ma take. Niggas sick like Jordan, call it game 6. Niggas shoot like Curry, and I can't miss. never outside when it's dangerous. You niggas never outside when it's dangerous.
You can't come outside when it's dangerous. Gotta get the blicky when it's dangerous. Young niggas, we didn't get from Nathan. Thought we would stop, we just can't quit. Thought we would stop, we just can't quit. Ballin' like us niggas up in game 6. Missy with the bullshit, you can save it. Ballin' like us niggas up in game 6. You can't come outside when it's dangerous. Gotta get the blicky when it's dangerous. Young niggas, we didn't get from Nathan. Thought we would stop, we just can't quit. Thought we would stop, we just can't quit. Ballin' like us niggas up in game 6. Missy with the bullshit, you can save it. Ballin' like us niggas up in game 6.
Safe like Jordan, call it game 6. Shoot like Curry and I can't miss. You niggas never outside when it's dangerous. You niggas always inside when it's dangerous. Shoot like Curry and I can't miss. Niggas sick like Jordan, call it game 6. Niggas never outside when it's dangerous. You niggas never outside when it's dangerous.